Alan Kirbishley has criticised recent Charlton performances, and there are 3 changes to the side beaten at Portsmouth last week. Sean Bartlett could be out for the rest of the season with a knee injury, while Luke Young and Kishishev are also injured. Dennis Rommedahl, Brian Hughes and Jerome Thomas all return. Paul Konchesky switches to right back, and Francis Jeffers is the lone striker. Bolton have El Hadj Diouf available after a 3-match ban, but the Senegalese midfielder only warrants a place on the bench as Sam Allardyce sticks with the 11, which beat Fulham 3-1 last Saturday, a result which took Bolton into 6th place, and the Valley is a happy hunting ground for Bolton. They've never lost here in the Premiership. So we're underway at the Valley. Charlton Athletic attacking the Jimmy Seed stand to the left of the picture there. That's where the Bolton fans are this afternoon. Up with me in the gantry is Gary Burkins.
Well, I think the home fans and Alan Kirbishley in particular will be looking for some sort of reaction to the defeat at Portsmouth. He said that in his programme notes the defending was comical at times. It's got to be better, and at the highest level it has got to be better, especially against a team like Bolton who are riding on the high at the moment.
Well, here's Holland, who's eager to get Charlton forward early on. Murphy nips in. This is Jeffers. And now Rommedahl. It's a decent ball across to Jerome Thomas. Chance to get an early telling ball in. Ball was flicked forward there by Hughes, but cleared. Interesting formation, Gary, for Charlton. As we thought, Paul Konchesky, a left-sided player, is playing at right back. Luke Young, we gather, has a calf injury, but that's certainly a team selection we probably didn't envisage with him playing in that position.
No, not many people did, but Alan Kirbishley is obviously confident enough that he'll do a job for him. He's got good protection, with only playing the one up front in Franny Jeffers. Good protection for the back four.
Here comes Bolton. He was pushed forward by Candela to Nolan. That's been a little bit of rain yesterday around South London. They were forking the sides of the pitch just before the game. It might be just a little bit slick on the surface of the pitch. That header was away by Fortune. Okocha with the ball forward, and Fortune struggling a little bit. But a speedy Rommedahl comes forward for Charlton Athletic. In towards Jeffers. Cover was by Nicky Hunt, firmly back to Jaaskelainen.
Well, is he the first threat of Rommedahl there? His pace, he loves running at people. Just the final ball let him down there to Jeffers, who'd got in a good position.
And Fortune is certainly troubled by an injury.
I think it's his own man that hits him there. He heads the back of Matt Holland there, and that will hurt.
Well, Kishishev suffered a facial injury last week at Portsmouth and came off for Charlton after only 19 minutes. And Alan Kirbishley will be hoping that his problems aren't compounded. Fortune is being led away. Nowhere near as bad as Kishishev's injury, which was a broken nose. He's on the bench, incidentally, today, the Bulgarian midfield player. But clearly, inside 3 minutes, Charlton have a problem. And for the moment, they have 10 men. Firm header away. Here's Stelios. It's misdirected by Nicky Hunt, under 21 international for England, who's made that right back place his own this season. He's appeared in 31 games. Local boy. Fortune's recovered, which is good to see. Gets a pat on the back from Konchesky and retakes his place in the central defence. At the moment, Charlton are heading forward. Hreidarsson. That ball was too long for Jerome Thomas. Charlton will be aware of the fact that their defensive record currently reads 10 goals conceded in 3 games. 4 against West Bromwich Albion, 4 against Portsmouth. That's a slip by Jaaskelainen, which he's got away with, because Bolton will bring it away. We were just talking about the slippery pitch, Gary.
Well, we were walking around the pitch and saw how wet it was, and I said, I bet in the first 15 minutes or so we'll see about 4 or 5 slipping. And so, sure enough, the keeper doesn't let us down there.
You certainly don't want your goalkeeper slipping when he's about to take a clearance. That was late by Thomas.
It's a half-hearted challenge there. Not much contact. The referee's got it spot on.
Candela is okay. Charlton have pushed men forward for this free kick. Kevin Nolan, who scored last week, looking to get on target again. It'll be on Gotti to deliver the free kick forward. There's the flick. Stelios is there, into the box. The save was made, but the referee, I think, had blown up for an infringement there.
He's given a penalty, hasn't he?
He might well have done. Well, he's touching his hand as if to suggest that there was a handball. I must say I didn't spot it, Gary, but Dean Kiey is protesting.
Well, there we see it. A good flick on by Davies. Ducks down there. And I think it's the other way. It's not a penalty, that's a Bolton hand, surely.
Well, it is a penalty, and Bolton Wanderers have a chance to go in front. Okocha's last 4 goals for the club have all come from the spot, including one in a 3-1 win over Fulham last week. Well, hugely controversially, Bolton have the chance. Wiley is continuing his conversation with the referee. Okocha got 2 against Charlton on the opening day and has a chance to inflict more punishment. It's in, and Bolton Wanderers lead by 1-0 with only 6 minutes played. But what a controversial award by Alan Wiley, and Charlton may well find themselves very hard done by, but it's Bolton in 6th ahead.
Well, it's a cracking penalty, as only Okocha can do. Firmly hit, keeper no chance. Look at this, just a little step up there, sends the keeper the wrong way. Good power, good direction. But was it a penalty?
Well, there'll be huge debate about that, because even with the aid of a slow motion picture, it wasn't entirely clear. I thought if anyone handled it, maybe it was Hreidarsson. Perry initially had a touch and it went across. But the referee, I suppose, was close to the action, Gary.
Well, it looked like Nolan in the end who had handballed it, but nobody appealed for it. You know, everybody thought it had been given the other way, and all of a sudden, I thought he's given a penalty here.
Yeah. My first reaction was there was a pull, perhaps back by a Charlton player trying to get to the ball, Stelios perhaps, but...
Well, have they been hard done by?
The referee, centre of attention in the opening 6 minutes. A hugely controversial penalty awarded to Bolton Wanderers, dispatched by Okocha. Ironically, Charlton Athletic have not been awarded a penalty all season.
Well, we see the free kick. It's won well by Kevin Davies, headed on well. He ducks there, that's a header. And who does handle that? Hreidarsson does get a hand to. I thought it was Nolan, but it wasn't. It was Hreidarsson. Was it 6 and 2-3? Is it?
Well, whatever it is, it's 1-0 to Bolton. Charlton have a free kick, fumbled by Jaaskelainen. Play continues, it's nodded forward. Hreidarsson trying to flick it across to a teammate. Danny Murphy with the volley, great shot! And just over the bar. Well, no luck for Charlton Athletic whatsoever in the early part of this game.
Well, Jaaskelainen here just comes and he flaps, drops it down. Just couldn't get his head to it there first, but Danny Murphy, when it comes back out here, sets himself. Good defensive header, one touch, just couldn't get it to dip. But Jaaskelainen, happy to see this one go over. Great strike, just wouldn't dip enough. Decent effort that.
Very good effort by Danny Murphy, who scored a free kick against Portsmouth last week to level it up at 2-2 just before half-time. Charlton, of course, went on to lose that game by 4-2. Ball is knocked forward by Bolton. Flick is by Davies. Hreidarsson's in there, and he's the man at the centre of the controversy at the moment. Herman Hreidarsson. Meanwhile, Konchesky tries to play it forward, intercepted by Candela. Ball forward to Davies. Davies just tussling in midfield. Konchesky upfield for Charlton. Candela's got 2 red shirts around him. He does well. I suppose the question, Gary, with that handball, having established that it did hit Hreidarsson's hand, is whether it was deliberate or whether it just came up at him and knocked into his forearm.
Well, it was a reaction, and both Nolan and Hreidarsson were that close to each other. It was difficult to make a judgment as to who touched it. If we have another look again, do we actually see header down? The first header's not the best here. Heads it across, both going for it. Is there an instinctive arm coming out there? Is it deliberate? And here's a better angle, maybe. Here we go, and it does look like Hreidarsson in the end has touched it, but has Nolan got some on it as well?
Well, if the referee has picked that, you'd have to say it's very eagle-eyed of him, because even having watched it from several different angles, it's not abundantly clear whether that was a penalty kick or not. But Charlton, who will feel aggrieved, will get forward. That's a decent ball into Franny Jeffers by Danny Murphy. Jeffers has it now. Over on the far side is Konchesky. Rommedahl's ball in, attacked by Holland, but it was nodded away by the Bolton defence. It's gone away over the line, and it will be a goal kick.
Well, here we see Alan Wiley's view of the was it a penalty or wasn't a penalty. He's a long way from it. I don't think he can give that from there. Not a great deal of protestation from Bolton, and nobody seems to know at the moment, is it a penalty? Nobody's clear of what's happening.
He certainly didn't make a clear signal. Normally they would point directly at the spot, but our immediate reaction was he'd whistled for something, but we were very surprised when Gary spotted well that a penalty kick had been awarded. Littered with free kicks this game. Lost count.
Can't believe how many there are. Every time anybody gets in possession, there's a free kick. That was a free kick, he had to give that, but some of them have been a bit contestable. 20
minutes then at the Valley. Bolton a goal up. Their free kick. Ngotti in, Kiey's there. That was easy enough for the keeper.
And how poor is that? The dead ball situation, just isolate the keeper. It's easy enough to do.
Thomas has just wriggled away from his man. Referee wave play on. Still Thomas.
He's fed up of not having any service, Jerome Thomas. He's drifted across there now from these.
That's a loose header. Danny Murphy will drive it against Ngotti, and Charlton have a corner.
Well, we're that used to seeing Danny Murphy strike the ball with supreme confidence. It's a surprise to see when one bobbles a little bit.
Well, they do have a corner. Murphy has gone across to take it himself. Was away there by Ben Haim, and now Hreidarsson in, almost finding Hughes, but it was scooped away by Ngotti again.
Probably fell to the wrong person there in Hreidarsson.
Still the Charlton pressure though. This is Konchesky onto his favoured left foot, getting the cross in, well cleared by Hietro. Bolton working it forward well. Here's Stelios, and now Okocha. Oh, that would have been a terrific ball had it just been further to the left-hand side.
Lovely one-touch football from Bolton there, turning defence into attack very, very swiftly.
Here's Rommedahl. Hasn't been a game of great quality yet. That was just a flurry and a glimpse of what Bolton can do. They, unfairly in my opinion, get labelled as a brash, rather physical team that go into games with the idea of defending and nothing else. I don't think that's particularly warranted.
No, I don't at all. I think they've got a great mixture. Sam Allardyce has got a very organised team. He's got talent in there. Okocha will turn any team over.
Here's Davies playing it in. He's been caught late there by Perry, and Perry's furious with the linesman, and there could be trouble here because the referee's running across and wants a word with Chris Perry.
What comeback can Chris Perry have there? Why is he moaning at the assistant? Because that was clearly a late lunge on Kevin Davies.
I think the referee's reaching in his back pocket. Question is what he said to that linesman and how bad it was. Suspect it may be a yellow card. Some lecture he's getting. It's yellow.
I just can't understand his protest there. Davies does well, he thinks he's been pulled back there, but there's no call for that. That's premeditated. That's a shocker. Absolute shocker.
Well, given the severity of the challenge and the subsequent words, Perry might be a little bit lucky. Hietro meanwhile takes the free kick. Hreidarsson away for Charlton. I think if Perry oversteps the mark again, he could be on a last warning there, because it was a good long chat. Here's a chance for Bolton again. It was an overhead kick by Stelios. In the end it was scrambled away by Perry.
But the crowd behind the goal are calling for a handball again on Nolan. The overhead kick hit him on the hand.
Andersen battling through midfield. Okocha has won it back for Bolton. Davies will try and keep it in without succeeding.
Should have kept it in.
There's Kevin Nolan. Was it another handball?
Well, we see the overhead kick here from Stelios. I think Nolan gets in the way. It strikes his hand. He probably couldn't get out of the way of this. It hits his hand. So it come at him at pace, but the Charlton fans aren't happy. And you can understand why. They think he handled the first one.
It wasn't wildly different from the one that hit Hreidarsson. It was a similar sort of situation. He got his header. Now Okocha. He's the man who can produce quality. Decent ball out to Candela. Looking to get beyond Konchesky. He's found Nolan. Chip by him towards Davies. Hreidarsson solidly away. And then Thomas has shown too much of it to Hunt. Stelios. Cross in. Nolan's there. Fortunately for Charlton, it hit Konchesky on its way down. Wasn't the best header, but needed to be blocked and was. Jeffers tripped there by Gary Speed. No question.
Such a niggly game at the moment. No flow to it. When there is a flow to it, it's good. Because of the niggly fouls we're having, it's not flowing as it should do.
This is Rommedahl. Just nudges it away to Jeffers, and the solid challenge by Ngotti results in a corner kick. 25 minutes we've had. Still Bolton lead. Controversial penalty decision awarded to Bolton. Superbly converted by Okocha for his 7th of the season. But Charlton have a corner. Poor by Murphy and nodded away by Speed. This is Jerome Thomas. He's shrugged off the challenge of Okocha. The chip is in, it's deep. Murphy will keep it alive and then give it away. Konchesky. Rommedahl is the man out wide. Spell of possession here by Charlton Athletic. They have the forward momentum at the moment. Really created too much in the way of chances yet to erase the penalty. Rommedahl once more. Look to run at Candela. Cross comes in. Nolan's leg got in the way. Another corner. Danny Murphy will be hoping to provide a better one than he did last time.
They've responded well, Charlton, to be fair. They've knocked the stuffing out a lot of sides. Early penalty against them, but they've responded with great gusto.
Here's the corner. Jaaskelainen opts to punch. Rommedahl swings, misses, and then heads it back. Perry forward again. The con there was by Hughes. Here's Murphy. Great save, Jaaskelainen. Good effort, Danny Murphy. Turned and spun. And Jaaskelainen got all the angles right.
Well, Gary Speed asking why the referee didn't give a foul against Danny Murphy there. He felt he was pushed.
Here's Murphy again. It's a deep-looking cross. Hughes can't get anything on it. Thomas might. Hoxton at the Hreidarsson forward, Hunt away. Poor control by Perry, and it's presented Nolan with the ball. Davies was trying, I think, to put Stelios through, but it was a skewed ball forward.
Yeah, he leant back a bit there. He saw the early ball was a possibility to Stelios and just didn't quite connect properly with it.
Rommedahl showing a bit of that pace, but Jaaskelainen's going to be first to that one. The ball was carried out of the area. The question is whether he was fouled. Well, it's another controversial incident. The goalkeeper claimed it. Jeffers went in. I think the hand went across the line. It's a question of what action he takes. He's given a free kick to Charlton by the looks of it.
Well, I thought the referee, the linesman, had given a foul here. We see him come out. He gets blocked and knocked by Jeffers out of the box. That's a foul on the keeper. And I think that's what the linesman gave, and the referee's overruled him.
Well, that was certainly the way it looked, because the goalkeeper was in mid-air. He can't possibly have stopped himself doing that, given that he was pushed across. But Charlton have a great chance here. Murphy into Jeffers. It's in. Freddie Jeffers has levelled for Charlton Athletic. Relief all around the valley after the controversial goal that Bolton were given. And Freddie Jeffers, well, it's not been a great season for him. It's only his fifth, and it's his first in 36 games, but it could be a crucial one for Charlton.
Yeah, well worked. He drops off well, takes a couple of deflections. That's unlucky of two Bolton defenders. Look at the space he makes for himself. Two deflections. Jaaskelainen gets no chance. Intelligent use here, but intelligent play by Jeffers. Makes a space, deserves his goal because of his play in the Bolton first.
Well, I think when you're a striker like Franny Jeffers, who hasn't had too many opportunities, it's started against Portsmouth last week. It was his first start in 6 months. Played alongside Sean Bartlett on that occasion, on his own up front today. And there were two big deflections, but I'm sure he'll be claiming it, as I'm sure you would have done, Gary.
Without doubt. But he's only played 10 games and he's got 5 goals, which is not pretty good by anybody's standards.
Now here he is again. No, but there's a flag this time.
Was that as controversial as the first goal? I think it was, because Jeffers clearly pushed Jaaskelainen out the box, and the linesman had given, I think, a foul on the goalkeeper, and the referee overruled it. Here we go again. Look, you see Jeffers chasing, he gets hold of it and he pushes him out, and he drops the ball in the area. So he's gone out, but the ball's in the area. I think they're very, very unfortunate, Bolton, there.
Climbing on Davies then. He's walking a tightrope, Perry, but that one, to be fair, was just a routine infringement. Quickly taken by Hietro. And that's a nice flick. Here's Candela. Chance for Davies. Brilliantly blocked by Fortune. Was that handball? That's handball from Davies. Thomas has given it away to Hietro, but it's another talking point. Nicky Hunt, meanwhile, plays it into Davies. Two Charlton players in each other's way. Davies forward again, Perry away. Nice control by JJ Okocha, but good backtracking by Jeffers. Finally, the ball is knocked forward.
Well, did Fortune get away with it? And he had good fortune, a wonderfully worked move. Keeps on the deck well. Look at that. That's not one hand, that's two hands. You cannot throw yourself like that. That's a great save by Fortune.
I'm just thinking, if you're looking for even more controversy, that could be your man, El Hadj Diouf, who is possibly the king of controversy in English football, is on the Bolton bench. He's back from a 3-match suspension for elbowing Jens Lehmann in a cup tie. Not in the starting 11, but if he comes on, goodness only knows what might happen.
Alan Wiley will be dreading that.
Here's Jerome Thomas for Charlton Athletic. He's done well to get past Nicky Hunt. It's a decent cross. Jeffers with the flick. Candela away.
Jerome Thomas does ever so well there, but again, you have to be impressed with Jeffers. He's losing his markers all the time. Intelligent runs to the near post. Just didn't quite get enough on the header.
Well, he didn't have the best of games against Portsmouth last weekend in tandem with Sean Bartlett, who unfortunately has a serious knee injury. He could be out for the rest of the season, but he's been very impressive today. Here's Holland. Now Thomas. That's a decent ball by Hughes. Out to Hreidarsson, not the best first touch. Crosses in, Haim away. Charlton looking to end the first half in style. We're in the final minute of it. This is Thomas. Shoots low, but shoots wide.
Well, I saw him score one against Spurs, an absolute screamer from a similar position into the top corner. Again, we see a lot of space backing off him, allowing him to come in. A bit of trickery there. Not the same result as the Spurs one, but at least he's prepared to have a go.
Oh, and Holland got up. No contact, unfortunately for Bolton. There wasn't, because had he headed that, it would have probably gone in. Now then, here's Nolan. And now Davies. Here's Davies then, playing it in. Header was by Stelios. Nolan's not happy that it wasn't directed in his direction.
He's every reason to be annoyed as well. He'd taken up a great position here. Davies here outside of his right foot's not going to go past anybody. But look at, he could have just knocked it down for Nolan. He's greedy, he's gone for goal.
Well, we're into the stoppage time period at the end of a hugely controversial and incident-packed first half. I think the queues for the hot dogs and cups of tea will be animated places to be, because both sides have genuine reason to feel aggrieved at decisions given against them. Half is ending rather scrappily. This is Okocha.
As it started really, a bit scrappily, but in between there's been huge chunks of things to talk about.
Well, certainly. Was it a penalty? Should it have been a free kick? Was it handball? These will be some of the questions being asked at half-time. In the meantime, Okocha may have a chance to add a final flourish. He's going to try and take the throw long. Thomas has stationed himself right on the line to try and minimise the impact. In comes the throw. Hreidarsson's got his head to it. There's the half-time whistle. And there's the man, really, who will dominate the half-time chat. Alan Wiley with a very, very busy half. A controversial penalty award early on, which Okocha dispatched with the customary flourish. And then Franny Jeffers equalising, but only after a free kick had been given against Jaaskelainen, after he got the ball outside the line. Jonathan Fortune was involved in another appeal for handball, this time which was not given. And Alan Wiley walks off the field knowing that he's been the principal figure in a controversial game. Alan Kirbishley goes across. Sam Allardyce, of course, is up in the stands. But no shortage of talking points at the Valley, and the scoreline, well, scarcely does justice to what those talking points will be. It's Charlton Athletic 1, Bolton Wanderers 1. As the second half gets underway, there's been plenty of conversation. It hasn't been about the quality of the football necessarily, but it's been about the referee. I just wonder what can happen next, Gary.
Well, like you said, El Hadj Diouf still a chance of coming on, so something could happen still in the second 45. But we all thought when it happened that he'd got it wrong, Alan Wiley, and obviously we've had the benefit of about 150 action replays slowed down, and it shows that Hreidarsson did actually handle it, but the other two he's got wrong. Fortune's great save, and the Jeffers push from Jaaskelainen.
I just wonder whether referees perhaps should wander around with giant magnifying glasses, and then it'd be easier for them.
You have to feel for them at times, because they only get a chance to look at it once and they have to make that instinctive decision. He got that one right. He was in a good position, obviously.
Westfield ball has found Konchesky. He's playing it right back this afternoon. Played most of the season on the opposite side of the back four. Candela forced under pressure from Rommedahl to concede a throw, which is quickly taken. Here's Konchesky. He's on his favourite left foot. He goes for goal. Decent effort by Poole Konchesky. Not the most prolific of scorers. He's only got one this season. That wasn't too far away.
Well, he's a long way out. A bad angle as well, but he has a go. He's going drifting wide all the time. But why not have a pop from there? It's gone through a lot of bodies. But Jaaskelainen sees it wide.
Bolton have a free kick, and Hietro may fancy a crack at this. It's good 35 yards. Does strike it! Struck it well. Also the 37-year-old former Real Madrid player, and it wasn't too far over.
Well, he does strike it well. It's a hell of a long way out, and you've got to be a perfect free kick to beat a Premiership keeper. Kylie sees it over comfortably.
Well, he's played in 4 World Cups, he's won 3 Champions Leagues and 5 Spanish Leagues, Fernando Hietro. He's been there and done it at every level. But Diouf is going to come on. Kevin Davies, who's laboured without too much good service up front, is the man to come off. And Diouf, who has just completed a 3-match ban for that elbow on Jens Lehmann in Bolton's cup defeat by Arsenal.
Sam Allardyce not prepared to change the formation, still playing one up front. A bit more pace and threat from Diouf.
Here's Okocha. Tries to get it in towards Nolan. That was a good chance for Nolan, who scored against Charlton last season.
Well, he does everything right here. Good first touch, but totally off balance, leaning the wrong way. Can't get it on target.
Actually made his debut against Charlton for Bolton in March 2002, Kevin Nolan, and has been a massive figure at the Reebok ever since. Here he is again. Diouf's first touch is not a good one.
It's been a difficult thing for Diouf, getting the pace of the game. He's had a 3-match ban. Difficult to get the pace of the game when you first get out there.
There's Nolan. And Candela has given it away to Fanny Jeffers, who's done well to find Murphy. Charlton look to spring forward. Brian Hughes. Rommedahl's offside.
He's offside, and even he wouldn't have caught that. It was good patient build up there, and then just tried to overhit the passage. Clearly stood offside, which is annoying again, but he wouldn't have caught that if he'd have stayed onside.
Well, he's lightning fast, but even he's not going to get on the end of that ball. Fortune away for Charlton. Murphy getting his boot to it. Konchesky away. And Diouf, dispossessed by Holland. Referee's blown his whistle, I think. Another handball, this time Nolan.
I don't suppose you could do anything other than smile if you're the referee this afternoon.
Here's Jonathan Fortune then, looking to launch it forward for Charlton. Scored last week against Portsmouth with a header, ultimately to no avail. As Charlton suffered a 3rd disappointing result in a row. This is Okocha for Bolton now. Diouf looking to release the runners. Stelios has gone off on a good run, and here he is now. Charlton haven't picked him out. Stelios in. Gary Speed back across goal. There's Diouf! What an impact! He's put Bolton Wanderers 2-1 up. He's only been on the field for 5 minutes. Back from suspension, bang on target. 2-1 Bolton.
Well, Alan Kirby's was talking about the poor defending, and yet again it's let them down. It was a good finish, but it's all, nobody's picking him up. Look at the space he's got. Stelios puts a good ball across, nobody picking up at the far post, and look at the run. 4 red shirts, 1 white shirt. It's a tremendous finish, but it all starts here. Great space found by Stelios, nobody closes him down, Nobody picks up at the far post, and look at the statues there, allowing El Hadji to come in, and that's still a great skill to be able to cushion that header. Eventually comes to him here to cushion it without putting it over the bar. Terrific finish.
Well, it's his 8th goal of the season, the Senegalese international. There's Jerome Thomas looking to get one himself. Goes down. It will be a free kick. So Charlton find themselves behind for the 2nd time in the game.
Does Thomas run into Ben Haim here? You watch him here. Well, is it just a collision? Are you allowed to stand still on a football pitch?
Not sure it's a booking. Maybe a free kick. I'm not sure it's a booking game.
I just think he's running a direct line straight at him.
Well, Bolton, having got themselves 2-1 up, now find themselves with their Israeli centre-half's name in the book, and promising Charlton free kick to defend. Just short of an hour at the Valley. Murphy's delivery was poor.
I don't think it was 10 yards there at all. More like 6 for a free kick.
Pulled forward by Kiey, headed away by Hietro. Now Okocha.
Managers live and die by their substitutions and the timing of them, and Sam Allardyce has played the trump card at exactly the right time.
Here's Rommedahl. Speedy run forward. Great skill by Rommedahl. What a run this is. Ball in low. Away. Jeffers into the box. Away by Okocha. Fabulous play by Dennis Rommedahl though.
Terrific. Pure ability.
Well, we were talking about the threat from Charlton being on either of those two flanks. Thomas has perhaps shown it more than Rommedahl overall, but that was wonderful skill.
You have to get them early delivery for them to be able to get a little bit of space, a little bit of time to run at defenders.
Jaaskelainen showing his ball skills there to get it past Jeffers. He's given it straight to Murphy, and Rommedahl will shoot. The goal is unguarded, and that was a crucial blockage by Ben Haim. Really good thinking there again.
Well, the crowd urged him to do it. He did do it, but luckily it went along the floor, not in the air.
Still the Charlton pressure is on. It's Danny Murphy. That man Rommedahl once more. Ball is flicked away. Gary Speed will bring it through midfield for Bolton. Stelios has got Okocha just up ahead of him, surrounded by red shirts. Diouf is unmarked on the near side. Okocha's run into trouble. He'll get himself out of it quickly. Oh, and then there's a disastrous mix-up between the two Bolton players. They both went for the same ball with no red shirts in sight, and it's gone away for a throw.
Isn't it nice to just have a goal without any controversy with it? To put them 2-1 in.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the only controversy about that will be what Alan Kirbishley says to his defenders. Maybe a few controversial words there, because it was sloppily given away. Okocha forward to El Hadji, who's the hero for Bolton at the moment. Impact sub, scoring within 5 minutes of coming on. 2-1 at the Valley to the visitors. And a win for Bolton, while it would end probably Charlton's interests of European football next season, would suggest that Bolton are close to it. Here's the ball in towards Diouf again, knocked away by Murphy. Here's Hietro, fancies another crack at goal, not as good this time, but he's willing to shoot.
Well, 37, he's still playing with such passion. Great ability.
There's some activity on the Charlton bench. Jonathan Johansson could be the man to come on. Won't just yet though, because the ball has been knocked into play by Kiey. Ben Haim back to Jaaskelainen. Possibly Jerome Thomas could be the man to come off, we think, for Charlton. Stelios looking to get the touch and was backing into Hreidarsson. Well, Jonathan Johansson's spent most of his recent appearances out on the right side of midfield, but of course he can play as a straight striker as well. He's waiting to make his entrance. In the meantime, it's flicked on towards Jeffers by Hreidarsson. Only half cleared by Candela. Hreidarsson goes down just inside the box, screams for a penalty, go unheeded, and Bolton try and counter with Gary Speed. Over towards El Hadj-Diouf, good header away by Perry. I think the substitution may now be made.
Well, a claim for a penalty here, not attacked very well by Candela. No, that's not a penalty. No more controversy, please.
Here's Jerome Thomas, who's coming off the field. Jonathan Johansson, who scored in that 4-1 defeat against West Bromwich Albion, comes onto the field. Let's see where he's going to take his place. Okocha, Hunt low into El Hadj-Diouf. Stelios again getting down that right-hand side. That's a good interception though by Chris Perry, who gets it forward. Here's Okocha though. It's gone out of play for a Bolton throw.
Is anybody with a better first touch than Okocha? Oh dear, I'd like to see them. I know there are talented, very talented individuals in the Premiership, but his first touch is sublime at times.
He's one of those players who occasionally does things that you just simply couldn't imagine anyone could do. And they're a rare breed. Here he is with a more routine long throw. Not a good one either. Perry gets it away. Nicky Hunt. Deep one. Stelios will just watch it drift out of play. A man who has a European Championship winners medal. Part of that astonishing Greek team which swept to glory against all the odds in Portugal. Almost a year ago now. And Sam Allardyce, well, he'll be happy with the situation at the moment because he knows he's made the sub at the right time, paid dividends, and at the moment Charlton are heading for defeat, and Bolton 3 more valuable points. But we're midway through the second half, plenty of football to be played yet. But one of those where possibly a third Bolton goal would kill it. Here's the man who got the second Bolton goal, El Hadj-Diouf. Hietro's in support. Square of him is Speed in a bit of space. Chips it in and knocked away by Johansson. Safety first.
Well, it's his first touch. He dared take no chances there. Probably got a shout that nobody was near him from Kiey, but dangerous area to take a chance.
Speed's gone across to take the corner for Bolton. And Gotti's gone up. Okocha wants it played back deep, but it's come in more conventionally, and Dean Kiey has grabbed it. Okocha was standing some 35 yards from goal asking for the ball. And as we said, as a sort of player you can rule nothing out. Anyway, here's Rommedahl for Charlton. Great run across the edge of the box. This is Hughes, cuts it back, away by Candela and then Ngotti. Paul Konchesky finds Danny Murphy. Rommedahl again, very lively in this second half. Danny Murphy fancies a pop at goal. Hietro's in the way. Murphy again chipped in. Might fall for Jeffers. Blocked this time by Ben Haim. Away by Nolan.
This Charlton side never know when to give in. Again, they could have heads dropped, but they didn't. Battling to get back into this game. And Rommedahl, the instigator at the moment of one of the good things that are happening out there for Charlton.
Well, the worrying thing perhaps from Bolton's point of view is that they have... Oh, here's Euell Diouf coming forward. Nolan! Brilliant save by Dean Kiey. It was a real chance to wrap up the points. Euell Diouf initially, and then Nolan with the follow-up, and Kiey did really well. Once again, frail defending from Charlton Athletic. Stelios. Flicked away to Hietro. He's got space for a shot again! Oh, and that's the best of the three he's had in this second half. That one whistled just wide. Chances, though, for Bolton Wanderers to kill off the game.
Well, two decent chances. The first one, bad defending again. The strength from Euell Diouf, and it should have been all over there. Nice height for the keeper. He's hit it straight at him, and look at this for a strike. It's the target. You've got a big chance.
Rommedahl, meanwhile, is coming forward for Charlton Lively again. And Gotti slipped. It's let in Jeffers. Chips it in. Johansson can't get there. Knocked away by Hunt. Well, end to end. Two chances for Bolton. Nolan should have scored. Hietro did well. But then at the other end, Bolton springing a trap and half a chance. Danny Murphy's corner. Away by Ngotti. It might drop for Rommedahl. Well, he's been everywhere, Rommedahl, in the second half. Difficult chance, but always underneath it.
Yeah, he's just trying to put too much power into that instead of maybe directing it a little bit better. Good strike, but miles over.
Stelios is tussling with Kishishev. Here's Euell Diouf. Tight in, but he's got the skill to get around his man. That was wonderful by Euell Diouf. The ball is knocked across. Here's Okocha. Beautifully tackled, but what about that from Euell Diouf?
You won't see better skill in the Premiership. Probably all season that you saw there from Euell Diouf.
4
minutes for Sam Allardyce to endure before we can perhaps claim 3 more points for Bolton Wanderers. Charlton will know that they've got enough time to grab something.
Got to think where 4 minutes has come from.
Hoisted by Kishishev. Jeffers with the flick. Euell trying to get onto it. Forward by Holland. Away by Hunt. Now Rommedahl for Charlton. Early ball in. Johansson's there. Oh, and it was a good effort really at full stretch. But Jaaskelainen was in exactly the right place.
Well, look at Rommedahl here. Knew exactly what he was doing. Good touch there, but straight at Jaaskelainen. Any side of him to goal.
Well, Charlton close to fashioning an equaliser. We've had a minute of the stoppage 4. Dean Kiey's come out of his goal to belt it upfield. This time Hietro's beaten by Hreidarsson. Jason Euell in the box. Excellent play by Hietro, digging it out and getting it away for Bolton. This is Chris Perry. Holland for Murphy. Now Rommedahl in early again. Away by Ngotti. Still Charlton come forward. It's Haim and Hreidarsson who scraped the shot. Haim gets it away. Hoisted upfield by Kishishev. Ngotti on the edge of the box, flicked across. Murphy tries to find Jeffers. Jeffers with the overhead kick. Hietro away once more. Campo will complete the clearance. Good ball by Perry. Found Rommedahl. A roar from the Charlton fans with minute of stoppage time remaining. It's in the box. It's there for the taking, and it was knocked away.
Well, Hreidarsson claiming it was a penalty, that it hits Ben Haim's arm.
And they have a corner, Charlton. It's Danny Murphy. Oh, it's flicked up ahead there and gone straight across the face of goal.
Well, that's terrific delivery from Danny Murphy.
Pressure to the end from Charlton Athletic. Holland with the corner kick looking for Hreidarsson. Now Kishishev gets the cross in. Jaaskelainen comes and Jaaskelainen claims.
Well, we say, is it another controversial moment? Fortune strikes a good ball, and I think that hits his chest or just around his throat.
Might even have been his chin. Not handball though. Here's Diouf trying to put Stelios through. Still has it, he's all on his own, the Greek international, though he does have support now from Nolan. Tees him up, it's Nolan. Good tackle by Perry. I think almost Stelios tried to be too precise there.
Well, they're trying to walk it in there, that's ridiculous. That could have killed it totally off.
Jason Euell. Knocked away by Hietro.
Again, he's been magnificent, Hietro.
Well, if they talk about Bolton being a physical team, well, they are physical, but people like Hietro are a credit to the game.
I hope he doesn't retire. You don't want players like him to retire. You want to see them carry on as long as possible.
Seconds remain. Charlton can't get it out of that corner at the moment. Stelios has found Nolan. Nolan to Diouf. Well, again, took too much time and was tackled, this time by Kishishev, but Bolton will be happy. The ball's at the right end of the field from their point of view. Diouf looks as if his goal has won it for Bolton. It has won it for Bolton Wanderers. An inspired substitution by Sam Allardyce has put Bolton a step closer to European football next season. Diouf coming off the bench and within 5 minutes heading the goal, which gives Bolton all 3 points at the Valley. Charlton's attempts to get on the European trail surely over now. Allardyce celebrates curvishly, walks away rather ruefully. Hugely controversial first half, a penalty awarded for a handball by Hreidarsson, converted by Okocha, and then another incident which was debatable. Jaaskelainen carried the ball in his hand out of the area, but was he pushed by Jeffers from the free kick? Eventually Jeffers scuffed the leveller, but it's this man Diouf who settled it in the second half. The Bolton fans, well, make sure your passports are up to date, because you could be off on the journey of a lifetime next season. Diouf's goal, making it at the Valley at full time. Charlton Athletic 1, Bolton Wanderers 2.
Having got off to the very good start that we did with the penalty, which I don't think anybody can doubt the fact that he struck it with his arm, and we've got 1-0 up, and instead of that giving us the spur to go on an away trip again to try and get more points, we sort of conceded ground and try to look after that 1-0 instead of really going forward and getting into Charlton a little bit more, who have had a few bad results recently and must be suffering from a lack of confidence and a lot of injuries. But we seem to just encourage Charlton to get back in the game, and they took complete control and of course scored, which they deserved to do. And I was glad we went in at 1-1, and some harsh words at half time really, and one substitution has turned the game back in our favour, and the brilliance today of that goal has been the difference between two sides in the end.
It seems at the moment we've got to score a couple of goals to get anything out of a game, and in the last 4 games we've gone 1 down very early on, and it was no different today. 1 down after 5 minutes. We got back into it great. At half time I was pleased with them, and I just felt that we may push on. And then I think we've let in an avoidable goal. I think we've got enough bodies there to clear when Diouf goes in the box, and then we're left chasing again. And we've been chasing the game for the last 4 weeks, and it becomes a little bit distorted then. But I think we deserve something from the game. I don't know what Sam has said, but I felt we deserved something from the game. But we've had to come back from behind again, and it's not easy to do.
When I first came to Bolton, our first objective was to establish ourselves as a Premiership side, and now we've got an opportunity to go even a step further, and it would be great to do it with a small club like Bolton, because that was the least thing people expected from us. But I think with the players that we've got in the squad now, I think we've got a lot of experience, and I think we all know what it means to be in Europe, and we all want to be there.